This is our welcoming committee.
Yeah.
They follow us everywhere we go.
There you go.
Tomorrow we should be at the Notichucky River in Irwin.
Hey guys, we're back on the trail, the Appalachian Trail, and we're at Spivey Gap, and our goal is the Notichucky River, and we're going to stop somewhere around the No Business Knob shelter area for a hike. And it is true hiker season, so we fully expect to see other hikers on the trail. And gorgeous day. Between the Neutron Flu, which took us out for about 4 weeks, and the crack rib earlier in the winter, I've not had enough time out here. So.
This is left over from a big snow 2 weeks ago, where there's probably 2 feet of snow through here. Y'all know this lady. This is Poof. But we just met our first through hiker of the year, or Poof did.
Patriot.
This is Patriot. He's from New Hampshire. What do you got to say? You love it?
I'm loving it, but I'm torn up today.
Okay. You're gonna make it though. Mount Katahdin's got your name written all over it. I was just telling Poof, I've done this section. This is the 10th time. I don't remember any of this. There won't be any real views until tomorrow, but this will give you an idea of the terrain we're hiking in. Hey Poof, where are we?
We're at the water source for the No Business Knob shelter.
And for you future hikers, this water source is 1/3 of a mile from the shelter. So when you get to it, load up or you'll be walking back. Yep, still using the Zimmer-built. Total of 7 days now of carrying it. Here, there, other places. You guys know I love the one bag system, and I'll show you that as a review from Savage Gulf next.
Folks is back home on the web at the hammock forums. You've heard us talk about the one bag solution, and it's time for the demo. One bag solution. Ta-da! And while we're at it, we can do a drum roll and debut the 3rd generation of waterproof breathable hammock sock. This is the Airship. Significant differences between it and the Graph and the dirigible. This is Hanging Out's latest offering of genius, and I'll do some close-ups in a few seconds to show you the changes. But that is the one bag solution, and that's what the Zimmer pack was designed around.
Okay, so the one bag system works for me, but something else that Hanging Out, you know, in his genius came up with was panel loading. And this is a panel loading backpack. A panel on each side, instant access to the contents via those very long side zippers. Now that I've used it for this many days, I can tell you, it works. It's a good system. Guys, this is General Lee, and he is from Dunn, North Carolina.
Correct.
And he's a hanger. Woohoo!
There you go.
So what do you think about hammocking?
Started 5 years ago. I wouldn't do it any other way any longer.
Right.
It's, tent camping is no longer a need for me, since I started in a single hammock that I got from Dick's Sporting Goods. That,
Right.
I really enjoyed, but then when I started doing a little colder hiking and staying in a hammock in a little colder weather, I went with the Hennessy hammock.
Very good.
A little more room in there, and gives me an opportunity to keep my gear in there, and you can see I got a lot more space underneath. As a matter of fact, we've got one guy that's hiking with me.
Yeah, you guys got to see this.
He's setting up a wind shield and tent underneath. So
cool. Very good. Nice meeting you, Generally.
Well, enjoy it.
Okay, what we got going on now is through hiker Patriot from New Hampshire. He's curious about hammocking. He wanted to see you know, what they actually lay like. And he's been in it now for 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. What's your instant opinion of the hammock?
You want my tent tonight?
No, I don't want your tent. Guys, I want you to see the ugliest, darkest, nastiest, dankest shelter on the whole Appalachian Trail. And 38 years ago, I slept in there in a sleeping bag. Here's Patriot's rig. Mighty sharp looking marmot. Don't know if we sold him on the hammock or not. I do know he had a big grin when he climbed out. Here's an oldie but goodie. It's a Nimble Will Nomad variant. Got this one from Europe, but I don't remember where. At the time, the Nimble Will Nomad design, or the Eagle J design, only over Great Bend did someone have a titanium one. So, saves a weight. But we're doing the meat on the stove tonight. And long after the charcoal has given up the ghost, got a twig fire for ambiance. I was telling I did one thing different in the Zimmer built. This is the foot box in my under quilt, my top quilt. And I use one of these Z-Light pads. Inside on the Savage Gulf hike, I had a pad out here. But I noticed H&O was doing it a little different. So here's that pad now on the inside of the pack. And Zimmer provided little hooks where you can put bungees to hold it in place. Poof's checking out what I've called the ugliest shelter on the trail, but it doesn't look that bad in the sunlight, does it? The views from Spivey Gap to Nolichucky are scant. But we'll show you one later in the day. Okay, off in the distance, the outskirts of Irwin. That's the goal today. Having a little flashback to Short Off Mountain. Similar little burn a few years ago through here. Okay, right in front of you is Temple Hill. And we've got to go over it, but we're going to go all the way to the top. Years ago, back when I first did this section, 38 years ago, there was a fire tower on top. And I'll show you where we used to stash our packs. Okay, folks, this is Poof getting ready to take her first bite of a goo-goo cluster. You like them? Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't know yet. Mm-hmm. Takes a while for all of those flavors to, yeah, you say it's got potential. Mm-hmm. That's good.
My name is Tekakwita. I left Springer on March the 7th, and I'm from Quebec City, Canada.
Welcome to the United States.
Thank you
Hope you enjoy your AT experience.
I will, I'm sure. Thanks.
Off in the far distance, the highest peak that you can see is Beauty Spot. From where we are, the AT goes to Irwin, crosses the Nolichucky River, and about 5 or 6 mile climb to Beauty Spot. Okay, we're at the next turn on the AT. We go right, follow a ridge line for a couple miles. The old Jeep road that we've been walking on, climbing Temple Hill, goes to the left. And that's where the old fire warden would drive his little Jeep, smoking his Pall Mall non-filter. Bunch of liquor in the back. You're getting through a week of solitude, stuck up here on this mountain. But we would stash our packs in this area, and then we would climb up to the top of Temple Hill and then climb up the tower. This is the easiest AT section in Tennessee, but it's got its little fun moments. From Spivey Gap to the shelter you climb a little over 1,000 feet. You'll never know it though. And then you've got a 500-foot climb up Temple Hill. Then from Temple Hill the next 2 miles you're on like a dragon's back, where you got these little 20-30-foot climbs over and over again. Go.
Okay, I'm Mowgli and I'm from Loganville, Georgia. And go dogs!
And you're through hiking the AT.
And through hiking the AT.
And this is Mom, who came up to spend a zero day at Uncle Johnny's.
That's right, having fun and enjoying the views.
And I have to tell you guys, in YouTube land, these two are Georgia graduates. I'm sure you call that go dogs.
Go dogs!
Awesome.
Woo.
Very good.